Hello, 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 everybody. Waiting for some people to come on in here. And then I can kind of let you guys know what I'm doing today. Hello, hello. Kind of take you through the steps. Just waiting for a couple more people. I know I started a little bit before my normal time that I normally start, but it is what it is. So, all right. So y'all saw yesterday that I went over and got the lease signed and kind of gave you the brief show of what I'm kind of doing. So today I basically got back from the Depot of Homes, Home Depot. Thank you for granting military discount and everything else. I know this is going to save me a lot of money in the longevity of this. Um, so yeah, it's funny. It's Menards doesn't offer discounts. Lowe's I think doesn't offer discounts. Someone said they do, but I've never really seen it. Home Depot makes you fill out this form, which I did. Um, But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for some more people to come in here, and then I can answer some people's questions and stuff. So what I did so far is I signed up um, yesterday. Let's see here. Let me just not fast forward. All right. So the local cable company around here is called, do you believe it's Comcast? And what they wanted, I just wanted internet. I didn't need a phone or anything else because I already have a phone. Um, they basically went over and wanted 200 and some dollars a month for high speed internet. And I'm like, 200 some dollars for internet? Are you serious? I can literally buy myself a hotspot. And lo and behold, I went over. Sorry, guys, I'll show you what I'm doing in a second. Um, Went over and got a hold of the neighbor that's making my sign. And he says, hey, you know what, Joe? Um, T-Mobile called me about, they just got in this area doing 5G. And they want to know if I'm interested on it. And he goes, I don't know. And I'm like, well, give me the number. I'm already T-Mobile. So I called him last night and I said, look, I just need internet. So I signed up last night for a hotspot, unlimited Wi-Fi for basically $50 a month. And I said, here's my address. I have metal struts in the walls right here, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm not worried, Joe. 100% it's going to work for you. So what percentage discount? 10%. Let me read the messages on here. I'm sorry, guys. You have to ask for military discount. Okay, at Lowe's. At Home Depot, it's 10%. So it actually shows up on the app. I have the Home Depot app, and I actually filled it all out. It gives me a little barcode, so I can scan the barcode and stuff. Good morning, Nano Aquarium. Hey, JL. Hey, Brandon. So what I did today is I went and I got paint. So let me kind of show you what's going on. I'm trying to line up with my buddy Jeremy. His dad is going to tear a lot of my walls. So what I need to do is I need to make a big giant open space. So this whole wall needs to come down. This whole wall needs to come down, same as this interior wall right here that goes to the next one. And then this needs to come out. This needs to get moved. All this this needs to come out and this wall needs to come out, and there's electrical on there. So what I'm doing is I have an electrician that's going to go over and work on the wiring for me, but they want me to get rid of these walls first and stuff and just leave the wires. Now if you kind of look, these tiles, I'm going to kind of go from one room to the next. These tiles go all the way through. So these walls are not structural walls. It's just a metal brace, and then it has sheetrock on there. So it's going to be a quick move out. And then from that, I have to fix these walls from where they tear out, because in theory there should be a little gap. I'm going to have to get that done. Carpets, brand new carpeting. So then the landlord's got to go over and match the carpeting on there. And then this will be a giant open area for show tanks. That's the biggest things. I want to have show tanks like Green Aqua does. So I'm going to start painting at least. So I'll show you. I picked up a bunch of paint just to get this. Let me get it right here. Just to get this room right here done. So what I need to do is, I thought I had kind of time on my side. So let me kind of just back up a little bit. So the situation, and you guys are going to feel for me on this one because everybody I speak to for permits and everything else feels for me. Okay. I currently sublease a spot where I'm currently at. And if anybody's been to my store, they kind of see what I deal with, they have to go through another business to get to my business. They were told May 1st that they had to vacate the area, okay, by the 31st of July. Okay. Everybody neglected to tell me about this. Like, they accepted rent on May, they accepted rent on June. And then when I found out, because I was in theory like, yes, I'm going to expand my store and everything else, let me just call the current landlord and see if he has something. And that's when he told me. And I'm like, dude, I didn't know nothing about this. So then I'm in a mad rush there's a building next door to me, and they had open spots available. So it was a mad rush trying to get stuff. And of course, this place is so much more professional than the other place. They're like, hey, you have to go before the WAC-SAC commission, which is the water allocation unit, and the sanitary allocation unit, or sewage allocation commission. So what it does is it basically goes over and says, if I allocate more water than the average person, I have to pay. And that takes a month to get the process going. Luckily, once I talked to the Met Council, which is the ones that do the WAC-SAC, they felt for me. They're just like, dude, this sucks. Like, you're getting a hose. And I'm like, this is the best I can do. And they said, we'll speed this up. They did a 2-day process, which normally takes 30 days to get it approved. So once I got the approval, I was able to go to the city of Plymouth and get building permits, because I have to deconstruct walls. They want permits pulled for all this stuff, which takes time. And trust me, I was there, I don't know how many times, like, trying to rush them and sit. And they said, hey, your biggest hurdle is going to be the WAC-SAC. And I'm like, dude, I just got the approval right here. Like, I don't have to pay anything extra and stuff. So on Friday, I literally got the first permit, which is my building permit. So then I called the current landlord and I'm like, hey, I got the WAC-SAC approval. I got the building permit and stuff. Can we get my lease signed? Well, they wanted to do it on Monday. Well, then Monday they were out of the office, and luckily I was able to force the assistant to come in on Tuesday to give me keys and stuff. And then, of course, the lawyer for the current landlord, the current landlord of that building over there, which he kind of came in yesterday and says, hey, I need you out of here on the 31st too. And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, there's no physical way. I said, what we agreed upon was by September 1st, I would be out of here is around that time. Like, you give me more time, because I'm not the reason why the current lease is getting broken. I had nothing to do. I'm just kind of like the fallout of it. So he says, no, the new tenant. And I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen a landlord go over and terminate a lease. The guy's been here for 10 years and you're terminating his lease on the 31st, and you're going to have a new tenant come in on the 1st. I've never seen that before, but you know what? To each their own. It's like, you got to move forward with that one. So I've been like super stressed out, which a lot of my friends know. I even call Big Rich, that I haven't been sleeping because I've been worrying about this. So the first step I need to do is, since this room is not going to get torn down, what I need to do is I need to hurry up and get the walls painted, because everybody knows when you have an aquarium, if you have a white background, it kind of looks like crap. It's in the background when you're trying to look at stuff. So I picked up a color matching paint scheme for one of my sponsors, which I'm trying to work with them on this. I got my lovely permits. So I want to get this wall painted and hopefully pick up some racks, and I want to do 20 longs for my sale tanks. It just makes more common sense. I can get back to keeping my own breeding my own stuff, versus constantly going over and trying to find out where I can put this permit. This is good enough right here. Actually, no, this rolls up. Versus trying to always constantly go over and get stuff. And thank you, to my breeders. Thank you, Eric Lucas. Thank you, everybody, for helping me. I mean, all my orders are out. Luckily, Eric did help me. fulfill a couple of my orders, due to the fact if I'm trying to run my tanks a little bit low so I don't have to move that much stuff out of my area and stuff. I know a lot of people say, you know, hey, Joe, why don't you go over and just shut down your store and do this? But people don't realize when you do a build out, this costs a lot of money. And this is money that I'm never going to recoup back. So I need to have my store open to try and revenate money to help me pay for this construction. Am I going to Aquashella, Dallas? 100%. JBJ is flying me out on the 31st, which is kind of like a time crunch, but they've been supportive of me for how many years, to a point where it's just like, it only makes, you know, this is what they're asking for me. So I can't really say, no, I have to worry about my store. They worried about me during the pandemic, making sure that I had, you know, money in my accounts to pay my bills during the pandemic and stuff. So this is the first step of many. And the first one is, so like today, what I want to do is my store is going to be open. So I'm going to probably just not be in my store during the week and just put a note saying, hey, call me, because I'm literally right next door. But I want to get like this started to get painting, and then I have to look like, so if this wall is getting torn out, that means this wall needs a power outlet. This one doesn't have a power outlet, so I need to put a power outlet on the side. You know, I got to start going over and looking at the cost of everything that's going to be. But I think getting that done, getting some racks, and then getting a bunch of tanks cycled is the first process. So that's my biggest hurdle, is having tanks cycled. If my tanks aren't cycled, I'm just going to lose all the stock. And everybody's like, well, just bring all the tanks over here and just plug them in. Well, I'm trying to go 20 longs versus what I currently have. And I know I want to expand, but here's the thing. My current store, I kind of rushed to get that done. And I second guessed myself for the past 3 years of me doing that. I don't want to currently, even though I'm time crunching here, I don't want to do the same process of rushing to get something done and then me saying I'm not happy with it. It also sucks that I really have OCD on my stuff, like my aquariums and stuff. It's just, and it's super stressful. I stayed up till 4 o'clock last night because I just couldn't sleep, because I'm like, should I be there trying to do something? And I'm like, well, I can't really do nothing because I don't have paint and stuff. Well, can I be doing something else? It's a constant stressor over here. And I want to thank all you guys. What color walls will be the showroom? It's going to be like the showroom. It all depends. And I don't want to really give things away too much. I kind of want to have it in the steps, because there's a lot of process that needs to happen to make this 100% work. At first I wasn't going to do a live today, like, hey, I'm trying to do this when I start renovating, you know. Then I was like, you know what, no, this is like, you guys are like my subscribers, you guys are my followers, you guys are my customers, so why shouldn't you know the steps that I'm making? Because in theory, this is, if anybody's ever thought about, hey, I want to open up a fish store, and there's a couple people that are in here that I know do, and I don't really call them out because I don't want to, like brain on their parade and make everything public for them. But this is stuff that you're going to have to deal with, and it's super stressful. What's this one? Here's the recap. I'm in my new place. Story of all this all happened. In 3 years, what I wanted to do is more than 4 months proper build out and opening. Oops, I'm walking Wi-Fi here. I wanted to spend about 4 months doing a build out, making it, and to have a grand opening. Now I don't get the process of it. So it's going to be basically the same concept as what my current store is you're going to have to see the progress as it goes on there. So my biggest thing is what I'm trying to do today is I'm trying to get like at least a coat of paint on the wall that I'm going to put my livestock in, at least my breeding tanks, and get racks up there. Hopefully the paint will dry by tonight, where I can go buy racks, put them in there, put some aquariums on there, get the tank cycling, because I want to go bigger tanks and get that done. So I know everybody's like, congratulations, this is what I wanted, but in the theory, I mean, this is very stressful, because what you have to look at is, like, I have a condo where I pay rent, and then I have the current place I pay rent, and I have this place that I pay rent. So the thing is like, I try and joke with my friends saying, for what I'm paying for here and my condo, in theory, I could go buy myself a $650,000 house, put 18% down, and this is what my payments are going to be every single month. And the thing is, I'm not rich. I'm running this all by the good graces of myself. No, I'm basically putting on a American Express offered me 0 APR for 12 months for this build out. So I'm kind of putting it on there and then going to slowly but surely start paying it off. Everybody knows the cost of shipping, everything else is going up. And it's one of those things. I want to have a dream store. I've talked to people about this. I want to make this happen. I want to have like a green aqua type tank or store where you kind of come in and you have a lot of show tanks, and then people will get inspiration. Minnesota is known for aquascaping, so Minnesota, people will get inspiration. It just takes a lot of work, 100%. I had one contractor said, "Hey, you can get out here middle of August." Well, that ain't working. I need something like right away to start tearing out walls because the electrician, the final inspection and stuff. So in theory, this is the process that I'm doing. And the first step was buying the paint to get that one room done. The color that I'm going for, and it's going to dry darker, is kind of show you quick. Well, it's obviously in the car. The schematic that I want to buy. It's like a royal blue. And that's just so when you look through the tank, it's dark. So my current store, I have this, what is it? I have this fabric in back of the tanks. And I'm like, dude, that was, I forgot all about, I took for granted the whole concept of seeing through a tank and seeing a white wall, so I definitely want to do this where I put darker on there. And of course, if I ever move out, I have to paint the walls white again. So it just is what it is. So thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for watching me and stuff like this. The store, I'm going to try and be open that whole entire time. Hopefully, in the longevity of it, in theory, I should only when I decide to only have to shut down the store for a few days, which would be my physical move of the aquariums. Everything else, I can start moving some of my hard goods over here that are just overflowed. I know a lot of people say, "Hey, just move the stuff now," and I'm like, my store needs to make money still. I still have to go over and have revenue coming in. Otherwise, I'm going to be so far in debt, having a dream store is not going to be accomplished. So that's my tip if I can give anybody is if you're trying to do a store, don't rush into things, properly think things through, and continue working to make don't just quit your job and I'm going to open up a store and blow your whole entire savings on it. I kind of did that the first time around and kind of learned my lesson. So this one, I need to go over and continue the store being open while I do this. So I thank everybody for supporting me. I thank all my customers for coming in and stuff. Hey, I got a membership on here. That helps out a lot too. Orders help out a lot. If I had hair, I'd be pulling out all my freaking hair. I'll tell you that right now. It's stressful. I'm gonna be honest. I've stayed up till 4 o'clock last night, probably 3 o'clock the night before, worrying about stuff. I called Big Rich today, and I was basically blubbering to him on the phone, crying because I'm so stressed out. Trying to talk to my current landlord about how the current lawyer for my current landlord is stressing me out to a point where it's just it gets to a point is how much can someone take? I'm a happy-go-lucky person. I'm a people pleaser, but then when it comes down to it, where I have something going on, it's very overwhelming. I'm very kind of an emotional gentleman. That I don't know. Sorry for blubbering on you guys, but this is kind of what I do. I kind of tell people. If you've ever followed me and stuff like this, you know that I'm a very blunt person, and I kind of say things how it is. So yes, guys, that's what I'm doing today. Is my store will be open. If you guys want to stop over and get something, just cool. You just have to text me. I'm going to try and get stuff done. Try and get this back wall taped off and stuff. And then I think in a day or two, I should be getting my hotspot over here. Sorry about that. I had one of those scam likely calls coming in, and of course it's 10 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know if Jess is gonna be following me on the Main's Tail Fur and Fins, but she always follows me afterwards. I want to thank everybody that is ordered. Like Dee Dee, she did a shrimp order this week, and freaking a couple other people did orders. I greatly appreciate it. I wish y'all were over here to help me. I do want to have a grand opening. I do want to get back to like where I barbecue on the weekend and offer customers food when they come in and stuff. That was me. Why did you pick up? Because it said scam likely, and I'm not going to freaking pick up when I'm doing it live. Oh, Just Kittens. Okay, that's Danny Chen. That's my buddy Danny. So Danny makes my T-shirts, and he did my signage, and he's done some 3D printing for me. So it's just like that's Danny right there when he says Just Kittens. No, Just Kittens. Ooh, that's Vanglino. I kind of catch people by the way they talk. Vanglino says kittens all the time. So Vanglino is one of my Pokemon friends. Everybody knows I do Pokemon and stuff. He's one of my Pokemon friends from Chasing Dimes. So that's him on that one. So, but yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to get done, and in such a short period of time. I'm just trying to figure it all out. I know I've had some people reach out to me and say, hey, I can help you do this, but then they want financial reimbursement, which everybody wants financial reimbursement. But, just because I'm a store doesn't mean I'm a millionaire. It's one of those things where the store, everything that I make at the store goes back into the store. And that's where people don't realize, like during the pandemic, shipping prices went up 7 times. They went from a container at $7,500 to $26,000, gas prices, everything else. And I ate the cost on all that. So I'm not made out of money. So it's like I'm trying to do stuff as easy as possible and as cost effective as possible without putting me financially in debt to keep this dream going and stuff. So guys, I know this is a short live, 100%, but if I'm going to keep on getting stuff done, I need to go over and get stuff done. So what I'm thinking is when I start like doing stuff, I might just go over and set up my camera and do like time lapses of what I'm doing. And maybe on the days that, that you guys have more questions, I can set up a live. I would rather do it when I have a hot spot versus like I'm literally standing right by the window here. And I hate windows. Like I have 2 windows in this place, and I hate these windows. So I'm trying to get the approval from my landlord to put tint on here. So otherwise, guys, I hope you guys have a shrimptastic day. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button. I did, for this build out, I am doing a separate playlist called Building a Dream Store. If you guys want to follow that, leave some comments. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Monster Fish Gal, for putting up my links and everything else. I greatly appreciate it. I'm on Discord, Facebook, and YouTube now. I wish y'all were over here so you could help me and stuff because, I would take care of you guys too. But I already know a couple times in this live, I'm overwhelmed to a point where I was starting to tear up. So have a fantastic day, guys.